everybody? Thanks for joining me on D's Analysis. We're going to be looking at Coinbase today. As you can see, we've been going in an uptrend. We finally broke it, kind of going sideways at the moment. And now we've established a new uptrend into this channel up here that we've probably been established since about July 10th, 2023. We've been riding up this bottom of the trend line after breaking this initial move up and the momentum. So now we're trying to rebuild strength and make a move up. Been pretty bearish for the past couple weeks, selling off aggressively, as you can see. It looked like we had a bull flag initially where this was a flagpole, or maybe from here was a flagpole, and then we were trading sideways, which looked good. Then we invalidated on the downside and to the upside, but it still remains bullish overall. Still looks good in my opinion. We're at this level of horizontal support that's been established since December 2023. We've been playing off this level, bouncing, retesting, and now it's somewhat, we're stuck between a range and a channel. So it looks like we're trying to get a break back into the range because we just closed right at the range low. The range low and the trend channel low as well. So it looks like we're trying to push back into it and hold within this level, and maybe we get a retest and move on up, or maybe we just get a nice engulfing candle to clean up this move and continue up. Usually when a move comes down really fast, it can push back up very fast and get like a V-shaped recovery. That's what we're hoping for, of course. We'll see how it plays out, of course, depending on crypto, Bitcoin, and things like that, and economic data. But things are looking good overall. I know it's probably been painful for the past 5 weeks, 6 weeks, but long term, I think it's going to be okay. When you zoom out, it still looks great. On the daily, we actually lost the channel, and now we're trying to get back in there. And we actually closed right inside of the horizontal level of support that we have on the weekly. So we're trying to reclaim that and push back. On the Bollinger Bands, on the weekly, we're actually underneath. We closed outside. We don't spend much time outside of the Bollinger Bands. So as you can see, whenever we close outside, we usually get a move back into it pretty quickly. Doesn't happen too often, as you can see. So the next move with the confluence between this horizontal level, this trend line, SMAs, Bollinger Bands, there's a good chance that we could be moving up. On the daily, we're kind of moving sideways off the Bollinger Bands, but I am expecting some kind of move to the blue band relatively soon. Volume's looking decent. It's been increasing to the downside, but if we can see this decrease and then start having the same trend upward, but for the bullish side, that would be perfect. Start seeing green candles forming in this slight uptrend. Speaking of volume, it takes us to the MACD. Been increasing volume, pushing down. It looks pretty bearish on the weekly, but there's always a chance that this blue line and yellow line can start curling. Now that we're in the negative territory, maybe we start curling up and pushing back to the upside, and these red candles get smaller and we start forming some green candles like we see here. The daily MACD looks pretty decent. We're bearish, but we could be curling back up. You see the blue starting to move up. See if it can overtake this orange and see that blue line go and have the orange follow it. And we start getting some bullish momentum to the upside. Start seeing some massive candles like that. Get some volume behind it and get it pushing up to higher price targets. On the daily RSI, we're looking good. Almost like a triple bottom or double bottom here, where we were at oversold territories. We're still kind of there, but the purple line did overtake the yellow moving average. So let's see if we can push to the midline and to the top of the range and get price to start moving up and building strength as we increase in price. On the weekly, we're still bearish. We're still pushing down towards lower levels and oversold territory. We're still underneath the midline, but we're still above oversold territories, but we're still trying to get there. Let's see if this can curl back up and we can overtake this yellow line as well. We're going to pull Fibonacci, retracement tool. We have our golden zone here at the 0.5 to 0.618. It's usually a strong level of support and resistance. It can help price continue in whichever direction it's going. So in this case, it would be in a bullish direction. So it could help price bounce here as a nice little trampoline underneath price. So we have the 618 right here. We got a small move off of it. Let's see if we get a large move, and then on the monthly it turns into a nice wick. because we still have 14 days left in the month. So let's see how it turns out. These are all larger time frames, so always keep that in mind. But it would be nice to see a nice green candle, engulfing candle, and get us above the golden zone here and continue on up. We'll pull another golden zone from all the way at the bottom to the top. On even a larger time frame, we're still in the golden zone, but we're at the closer to the top part of the golden zone. So we have that here. So this is the 0.618 and this is the 0.5. So we could be bouncing completely off of it, which would be a perfect combination between the golden zone, horizontal level of support, and this trend line or bottom of the channel. So that would all help price move up, especially with the Bollinger Bands underneath price. So if we can just get some bullish sentiment around crypto and Bitcoin, this thing can take off in an instant. As you can see, this godlike candle right here, this engulfing candle is insane. I mean, this is 50% move in a week. I mean, that's absolutely insane. No sellers here, all buyers. So if we can get something like that, even half of that or a quarter of that, that'd be awesome. It's up to Bitcoin at the end of the day, and crypto and market sentiment, which has been horrible. And that's why you see this massive sell-off. We kind of gave all these moves back. All this that we made, we just gave it all back. And that's what I was always saying. I always say that where if you have a clean move up, you can get a fast move down. And the same thing, we can get a V-shaped recovery. Since this is a clean move, we can get a fast move right back up since there's not much traffic. And when I say traffic, I'm saying a bunch of candles and that have a bunch of wicks and stuff that can stop price and make price stutter on the way up. But you can even see here, this is a clean move down. And then once you get above these wicks, it's just a clean move all the way through. That's just how it goes. So anytime you see a nice wick, a nice candle, it can coincide with another nice candle in the opposite direction. And when you take a fib from this peak to this bottom, you can see the 1618 was a strong level as it played as resistance and support as price has been playing around this level from this pool. And another strong level is the 2618 to the 2272. You can see price is playing around there, doesn't know if it wants to be resistance or support. So we're gonna continue this up here. So we're going off of this to this bottom now, and you can see the 1618 is acting as resistance, support, resistance again. It's a strong level. So now, if we were to repeat what we saw just now, where it was acting as resistance, support, resistance, and then we ended up here in this zone between the 2618 and the 2272, what if we're repeating that, where this is resistance, support, and then maybe it's resistance up here and support, and we start playing around in the 400 region, and then we're going to pull it even higher, and then that 400 region would also coincide with the 1618. So let's see how price plays out. It's always possible. We'll see. Nothing's guaranteed, but we definitely need bullish sentiment around the market to allow Coinbase to rally up. Since it's very volatile, it can get going pretty quick. So you take a look here, that was already a 40% drop in an instant. And then if you take from September to November, that was a 123% move. So this thing can swing back both ways really quick. You can get a 50% drop, then you can get a 120, 130% move to the upside in the snap of a finger. That's all I have for you guys today. I'll see you in the next one.